I made $140,000 a year at 21 years old as a software engineer at Google, but I left all of it to start a business. And I want to share 3 things with you that I wish I knew before I left. The first thing is that being skillful at my craft didn't mean I knew how to run a business. I went to Georgia Tech and got a degree in computational media, which is basically a mix between computer science and liberal arts. And during that time of being at school, I developed the craft of being able to do all this stuff, the videography, directing, photography, and I had a lot of fun with it. And over time, I got really, really good at my craft to where I became known in my college community as the staple photographer, and then beyond in Atlanta as an upcoming photographer and music video director in the entertainment industry. You do anything long enough, you'll get really, really good at it. And I started to make a little bit of cash here and there, like a couple $100 a shoot, which was a lot for a college student that didn't really have any money. Back in 2019, I was fortunate enough to get an internship with Google as a software engineer. And I finally had enough money to buy the camera I always wanted. No shade to my parents, but I asked them for a camera for my birthday for so many years and they never bought one. Look at me now. I love my parents though. That's just a joke. I was running around the streets of New York, just taking photos of anything that I could see. Buildings, people, doing street photography, going to meetups and meeting other models and photographers I had never met before, and just expanding my creative horizons like I had always wanted to do. And I brought that energy back to Atlanta and applied it to the Atlanta music scene and made a name for myself over time as one of the most reliable directors in the Atlanta area. I went from shooting with really small local artists to artists that were a little bit bigger to shooting some people like Earth Gang. I met FouseyTube in LA and took pictures of him on the street. And over the last 7 or so years, I have been getting better and better at my craft, making me feel like, and just from shooting and editing religiously over the last few years, I got really good at what I do. I got noticed by one of my favorite artists from high school. And he said, "Hey bro, you do videos, right?" And inside I was like, oh, I do not feel like doing any videos anymore. I've been shooting videos for the last 4 years. I'm tired of it right now. I need a break. But I told him that I'll do it just because I wanted to kind of get back on the horse and start shooting videos here and there. The first video we did, we shot it in about 45 minutes downstairs and we posted it. And that video did way better than all the videos he'd ever posted to that point. He hit my phone again and said, "Hey bro, let's do a second one." We went out, we shot it, and that one did even better than the last one, getting the attention of people like Chance the Rapper, Drake. We realized we had something special, and we did a third one. And that one, you guys might have seen, it was a Waffle House video for Foggy Raw, Psalm 62. This video went viral in every sense of the word. I mean, it went all the way around the world, eventually landing Foggy Raw a record deal and giving me the confidence to finally jump off the ship of corporate America and to try this business thing. After we went viral, I was super excited because I had finally gotten everything I had ever dreamed of. I left my job at Google. I was making the same amount of money that I was making when I was at Google, so it was a no-brainer for me to leave. And once I left, things were going really well. I was getting flown out to shoot with 2 Chainz, Lil Wayne, Justine Skye, Jeremiah. So in my head, I'm thinking I made it. I got really good at my craft. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. People are flying me out and I'm getting paid. Come November and December of 2023, that's when things really started to fall apart. I went from $11,000 a month, $10,000 a month on average to $3,000 a month in December. You can imagine my panic. I had already left my job. I had whatever money I had saved up. I was freaking out because I had quickly left my safety net and had nothing else going. And the plane was going the wrong direction. It was going down. It was at that point that I realized I had to learn how to run a business. Just because I'm good at shooting videos does not mean I know how to run a business. All in 2024, I went on a quest to figure out how to run a business and how to really generate customers consistently, because that was my biggest problem. I was going through word of mouth, posting my work on Instagram and hoping people would reach out. And I spent all of last year figuring out how to build a brand, how to market, and how to generate customers. And it's still something that I feel like I'm just now getting okay at. I'm not great at it. I wouldn't even say I'm decent. I'm learning how to do it, but I didn't know how to do it at all in 2023. And the revenue showed it. And now today we're back at that $10,000 a month revenue average from the business, which is a great start. So moral of the story, just because you're good at what you do as a skill doesn't mean you know how to run a business. And if you want to start a business, make sure you understand going into it that you have to learn how to run a business in the same way you had to learn your craft. And it's going to probably take just as long to get good at your business as it did to get good at your craft. Before we get to point number 2, if any of this is helpful so far, click the like button down below to let me know to create more videos like this. Point number 2 is that the work is working even if it doesn't feel like it. I just remember working so hard and being so discouraged in 2024 because it felt like I was putting so much time and so much effort into this thing and I wasn't seeing a return. A year and a half later, May of 2025, I'm just now starting to see the fruit of my labor. The work I did last year was more brand oriented. It wasn't direct response marketing. So it was a lot of free content to build goodwill in the marketplace and the people that I'm serving. And I'm just now seeing the fruit of that labor now. Although none of that produced direct revenue at the time, it is producing that for me now because I've planted so many seeds along the way and I'm just now starting to see them sprout up. When is the last time you've seen somebody plant a seed, water it, and it grow up immediately? So the work is working, whether it feels like it or not. It's either working on the business or it's working on you to create you into the person that is ready to have the things that you want to have. Before we get to point number 3, if there's someone you think that would really benefit from hearing what I'm talking about in this video, just share it with them real quick. And that leads really nicely into my last point, that business is not about making money. Business is about becoming. Money is the byproduct. My favorite part about business so far is the man that I'm becoming through creating a business. Making a business is really hard. Anybody who's doing that will tell you that. I've grown faster than I think I've ever grown in my life because it forces you to grow past a lot of the beliefs that you were believing before that were unhelpful and a lot of the bad habits that you might have built that are unhelpful to the business. If I feel like what I'm doing is not getting the results that I'm looking for, I'm quickly looking for a way to switch it up and figure out what I'm doing wrong so I can get back on the right path. Something that I really enjoy about being a business owner is the discipline that it requires. And that is such an unsexy answer, but I promise you, if you get serious about discipline, your life will change. Back in November, I was feeling very depressive. I didn't want to get out of bed. I was getting out 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 12 p.m., 1 p.m. and it got progressively worse. This was just 6 months ago or 6 to 7 months ago. My alarm would go off, I would hit snooze, it would go off again, I would hit snooze and continue to set alarms because I was just so filled with anxious thoughts and anxiety of having to face all of the challenges of the day. My business wasn't growing the way that I wanted to. I wasn't making the revenue I needed. I'm getting married at the end of the year, so I need to generate income to pay for the wedding and to provide for my soon-to-be wife. So I'm thinking about all these things at the same time and thinking about how this business is not doing what I needed to do. After feeling that for so long, you get so defeated. And at some point I had to look at myself and realize, what are the things that I'm doing that are causing this result? If I feel like I'm working so hard at this business and it's not working, maybe I need to try to do something different. Not that I need to quit, but maybe I need to take a little bit of a different approach to how I'm doing business. I realized how much I had lost my self-discipline. I didn't have a good routine in my day. I didn't have enough structure. I wasn't doing the same things every day to produce a result, which is why I felt like I was running in circles because I was working on whatever I felt like at the time, not whatever I needed to do. This is a 4th point. Don't do the things that you feel like you want to do. Do the things that you know you have to do in order to change your life. And those are most often the hardest things to do. You're not gonna get anywhere in life by doing the easy things, taking the easy route. If it was easy, everybody would have it and it would be undesirable. And I've learned to love discipline and love the things that make me anxious, the things that make me afraid, because I genuinely believe that those are the things that are going to change my life and make me a better person and create in me the character that I need to have the type of life that I want. If I could give my younger self some advice, that's what I'd say. Those are 3 things that I think you should consider if you're thinking about starting a business. Business is one of the best things that you can do for your life. It'll change your financial life. It'll change your mental and emotional life. It'll really help you become everything that you can be as a human being. And you'll see how life-changing it can truly be. My name is Nehemiah, and I'll see you next week.